So as NATO members pledged additional military support to Ukraine at the Brussels summit, the White House spokesperson said that the aid cannot be indefinite. This after the United States has announced $100 million of more aid, military aid to Ukraine. The Russian war in Ukraine was high on the agenda in Brussels as a meeting of NATO defense ministers and Ukraine defense ministers' contact group was held. Just days after the Hamas offensive in Israel, according to the NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg, the member nations have now pledged to step up military aid for the war-torn nation. At the summit, Belgium and Denmark have unveiled plans to deliver F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine, while Canada has pledged to donate millions of dollars worth of winter clothing and equipment. Germany has announced a $1.5 billion worth of package with a focus on Patriot and RST air defense systems, while the United Kingdom is committed to more than $105 million for more air defenses and mine clearance equipment. The United States has announced that it will provide more than $200 million worth of air defense artillery and rocket ammunition.
We are there to support Ukraine. And I'm confident that NATO allies will continue to do so, not least because it is in our security interest that Ukraine prevails. Their fight is our fight, their security is our security, their values are our values. So it's in our national security interests to ensure that we continue to support Ukraine and that Ukraine prevails.
Now, the announcement has come after the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky urged allies to step up weapons supplies ahead of the NATO meetings, as he made his first visit to NATO's Brussels headquarters since the beginning of Russia's all-out war.
Priorities for Ukraine for defending, how to go, how to survive during this next winter for us is big, one of the biggest challenge what will be. But anyway, we are preparing, we are ready, and now we need some support from the leaders. That's why.
In 2006, the NATO defense ministers had agreed to commit a minimum of 2% of their GDP to defense spending to continue to ensure the alliance's military readiness. However, just 11 out of NATO's 31 allies are set to achieve the alliance's investment target this year, even as they are pledging to up their military support to Ukraine. The United States has now warned Ukraine that although they had pledged an additional $200 million to Ukraine, the aid simply will not be indefinite.
Improves, the fighting will probably get more vicious. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Admiral. Okay.
We have existing authorities and appropriations to support Israel in the near term. And I got asked last time, what does near term or what's a bit mean? I can't give you a date certain on the calendar because a lot of it's going to depend on their expenditure rate and what the replenishment ability is, or what the need is, and what our ability to do it is. But in the near term, we've got appropriations and authorities for both Ukraine and for Israel. But you don't want to be trying to bake in long-term support when you're at the end of the rope. And in Ukraine, on the Ukraine funding.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.